Hey guys, welcome back to the Hide. We are back out here on the review bench. We have got another one from Kel-Tec. Now this is going to be one of the Gen 2 Sub2Ks. I know it's a little late to the party. These have been out for some time now, but our good buddy Josh brought this out, let us review. It's kind of a little bit different in that with this particular optic mount that he has installed on this. So once I seen that, I was like, man, that's kind of interesting. I do want to sort of take a look at that, because kind of the downside to one of these Sub2Ks is that to permanently mount an optic to one of these, you lose the ability to fold it in half. So there are a few companies that make a few different accessory type optic mounts. This one here, however, is from Midwest Industries, so they make good stuff. This one here is right around 120 bucks for the mount. He did end up using a HoloSun 503 CU. This is one of the solar powered optics. Very, very nice. It does have the center dot kind of reticle with the dot in the middle and the stadia on the outside. Very, very easy to pick up targets with. This one, being Gen 2, is threaded from the factory, so of course we're going to have to shoot a few suppressed shots with it. But I just wanted to kind of go an overview of this right here. If you haven't got to see one of these in person, they're just a neat little gun. And the cool thing about these is they run. The reliability on the Sub2Ks is very, very good. Now, I had a couple of the Gen 1s back in the day. They ran flawless. They have done some upgraded features to these. The front sight, a lot better. Of course, the threaded barrel. The handguard that the Gen 2 uses is a lot nicer. It's a lot more conformed. You do have Picatinny added on it. Standard sight radius as the Gen 1. The ability to fold it in half, you just push down on this little lever here and it allows the barrel to fold in half. But like I said, the cool thing about this is you can still have a red dot mounted. You just flip it out of the way. So this allows you to fold it in half, just like so. And the locking mechanism on the Gen 2, I believe, is a lot nicer. It's this little spring-loaded tab here. Now this optic mount from Midwest Industries does come with, I know it's kind of chintzy for what you're paying for the mount, but it works. It's a piece of paracord to keep your bolt kind of locked back. If, for instance, that it was to spring forward, it's not going to slam and hit your red dot and potentially bust the glass out of it. So at least they did think of that. So that is definitely a good feature. But I've got just a standard 17 round PMag in it. Let's see what this sucker comes in at as far as weight. So as configured, you're looking at about 4 pounds, 13 ounces. So something that compact, that's actually not too bad. Let's see what the overall length is. So about 16.5 inches from barrel to breech there. And at the widest point, you're looking at about 8 inches in overall width from about right here on the handguard to the bottom of the grip. So pretty compact little package. Let's pause the camera. Let's get it reset up over there on the range, and let's take some shots. And one thing I did forget to mention is in these you can actually adjust the length of pull. You could not do that in the Gen 1, so that's another little bit of an upgraded feature for the Gen 2. But I'm going to reposition the camera, and let's throw some lead down range, guys. All right, guys, we got a magazine thrown in this thing. We got our gun unfolded, red dot swung around. We'll get on some steel here and kind of see how it does. The overall design of that mount, it does seem pretty stable. Like I said, it's like a swinging style mount. There's a little groove in the bottom of the mount, and that top portion of the mount just kind of swings around and falls into that groove. I mean, it's a pretty simple design, but it seems fairly solid. So I'm anxious to see if it's going to continue to hold zero after, a given amount of rounds. So I've got a few mags loaded up here. We'll take some shots. We'll throw the can on it, take a few shots with it too, and just kind of see how it does, fellas. All right. Pretty darn good, I tell you. I tell you, if you've never shot one of these, they are a boatload of fun. The recoil is a little bit more than what you would think just because of the size of the bolt, but man, it is more than manageable and just a boatload of fun. Let's try one more here, and then we'll get this thing to quiet down a little bit. So I'm shooting at about 45 yards. So it's got a little bit of range to it, but not too bad. Coming out of this 16-inch barrel, even just your standard 9mm, I mean, it adds a little bit of punch to it. So it's really ringing the steel pretty good down there. Man, that is a lot of fun. So we've got our bolt locked back here, no magazine in. I'm gonna go ahead and reach up and unscrew the thread protector here. Let's throw on the AAC Tyrant and see if it'll quiet down a little. I tell you, a pistol caliber carbine, if you don't have one in your safe, it really is something that you need to look at. Yeah, 9mm ammo is still way more expensive than it needs to be, but it's still cheaper basically than anything else to shoot other than maybe 22, and you do get a little bit more punch with it. So see what we can do here. First shot suppressed, guys. Oh yeah. Got a pretty good change. Of impact with that suppressor on there. I sighted it in without the suppressor for him. So overall, guys, it I mean, had no problem at all holding 0. Still right on the money with without the suppressor on it. So seems like a pretty good setup. I'd definitely like to get a few more rounds to this, maybe run and gun it a little bit and kind of see how it does getting bounced around on the pistol course maybe. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. Let me know down below in the comments, guys, what do you think of something like this? Would this be something you all would be interested in shooting? If I didn't have my 9mm SBR already, this is definitely what I would have in my safe. So that's got to say something. But please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel, fellas. And as always, shoot straight. Later.